This is CJ live at San Diego Comic Con for a special Wrestle Corner interview with the man himself, Vampiro. How's it going, sir?
It's going very well. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. So me and my friends, we known you since WCW. That was our first kind of seeing you as, Vampiro and all that stuff. So, Lucha Underground, was this kind of something that came about, like you being involved with it? Was this something kind of from your experience down in doing AAA down in Mexico, or was it just something you just wanted to just be a part of?
No,
Period.
I had actually kind of left the wrestling world. I was doing other things.
Yeah.
Wasn't involved in anything. And then I think they had this show was already done. You know, they had the staff, they had they had their talent, everything was
Yeah.
picked, but they were missing somebody, one more person.
Yeah.
And Dorian Roldan, who's the owner of AAA and one of the bigger partners in Lucha Underground, he sent me a video link and he says, I know you're not in the business anymore, but look at this network. And I saw, the tattoos,
Yeah.
the horror movies, the rock and roll, the martial arts. And he goes, I got this other project. Are you interested in being a commentator?
Yeah.
And it kind of stemmed from that. So I showed up in LA and I saw all this and they saw me and I was like, get out of the fucking way. Give me that. And yeah, it kind of just evolved to what it is. And it was just meant to be.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
it,
meant
it
to
feels
be.
like, because I mean, I remember, 'cause I didn't catch it until like second season, and I was like, is that Vampiro? And I was like, oh my god, he's like part of this, and it's like just seeing like what Lucha Underground is doing, because like we've all seen, like it feels like wrestling is kind of like in this big renaissance now. Like every promotion is kind of thriving in some way, and it feels like with you guys, you really got like something special that people are like, even people that don't watch wrestling, even the people that I know that don't watch wrestling, they seen Lucha Underground, and they're kind of like, oh my god, I want to see Lucha Underground now. They're interested in wrestling, so I mean, does that kind of like make you kind of like, hey, mission accomplished, or?
You know what? I've been involved in wrestling for like 36 years or something like that, and to see where it's at now, to
Mhm.
see all the companies are kind of doing this, and they're starting to interchange talent.
Mhm.
I mean, before it was like once a year, one company would do a big show,
Yeah.
and they would invite a couple people from another company.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of like almost an everyday thing, and it's because of the fan support.
Mhm.
And I think the situation with wrestling in general
Yeah.
today is better than it's ever been, and it's only going to get better.
Mhm.
I just hope that it doesn't get too oversaturated
That is a
with,
fear.
well, if you want to be a pro wrestler,
Yeah.
learn to be a pro wrestler
Yeah.
before you become a pro wrestler.
Yeah.
Because if you overshoot it uh, and you start watering it down and the quality
Yeah.
becomes watered and it's not authentic anymore,
Yeah.
then it'll crash and burn.
Yeah.
I just think you got to be fucking cool about it and
Yeah.
do the right thing the right way.
Oh yeah, easily.
But I love what's happening, and it's an honor to be a part of it. It's got nothing to do with me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm just on a team, and my craziness adds to.
Yeah.
And if I can support it and it grows because I'm
Yeah.
involved, fucking A, it's great, right?
Cool, cool. So I know you wrestled in Japan like in the early '90s, and then you went back there later 2000s. So was there kind of a difference in how things were like situated from like early '90s and 2000s, or was it basically about the same?
No, it's well, no, way. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of going to Japan at the tail end
Yeah.
of the old school.
Um,
I mean, you would get fucking rocked in Japan.
Yeah.
If you fucked around and you came in there with an attitude,
Yeah.
you would get schooled very quick.
Yeah.
And the whole explosion of MMA
Uh-huh.
started from shoot style, strong style pro wrestling in Japan.
Yeah.
So they're trained a different way. Their mentality is a different way. Wrestling, sumo wrestling is a national sport.
Oh yeah.
The warrior mentality, it's a whole different fucking ballgame.
Yeah.
And they, at the end of World War II, didn't really sit very well with the Americans.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at the late 50s, early 60s, and then they would have a few Americans coming over. So there was always the American fighting one Japanese superhero.
Yeah.
So that kind of came up to the late 60s, and then it came into the early 70s, where they would have the Funks, Abdullah the Butcher, Stan Hansen when he was
Yeah.
younger, against Japan.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like always that, but then the Japanese started to respect that version of the Americans because they adapted the Japanese way of thinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you really had to fucking earn your shit when you went to Japan, or you would get knocked the fuck right out.
Yeah.
I saw it become. Then it started to kind of evolve, and the first great explosion was
Yeah.
when a couple of the Japanese went to Mexico and they came back with the high flying.
Uh-huh.
Tiger Mask was one of them.
Oh yeah.
Ultimo Dragon, those kind of guys.
Yeah.
Then Michinoku Pro Wrestling was the big revolution.
Yeah.
After that, before there was like four companies in Japan.
Yeah.
Now there's like 48. It's kind of like, it's like, look, motherfuckers, you only got 4 little islands. They ain't got that many people. You don't need 48 fucking companies.
Yeah. Yeah.
So unfortunately, it's not the same.
Yeah.
And everybody's a badass.
Yeah.
Like, come on, earn your fucking stripes. This is like in the United States too. Everybody's a world champion. A fucking world champion of what?
Yeah.
Back when I was growing up, there were 2 belts, 3 belts. There was Japan,
Yeah.
AWA, NWA. It meant something. I'm not taking away from it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, calm the fuck down, slow down. You're not a world champion.
Like just ease up a little
So,
bit.
don't, if you're a fucking mark,
Yeah.
buy a belt,
Yeah.
hang it in your room.
Yeah.
If you want to be a pro wrestler, get out there and work and
Yeah.
enjoy what pro wrestling is supposed to give you.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I mean.
Yeah. So I remember like the last year of WCW and stuff. I think it was like you, Booker, and like Lance Storm. I think y'all 3 were like those wrestlers that I actually enjoyed watching during that last time. Because I mean, Lance Storm doing his whole thing with the Canadian belt and stuff. You had your feud with Sting and just everything that was going down, and Booker T doing his thing and stuff. What was that atmosphere like during that last year, just when everything was just kind of like winding down and stuff?
It was horrible. I regret it so much. I'm glad it happened because of it. I got access to different people and I made a lot of friends and there's a lot of fans.
Mhm.
It was horrible. It was a lot of drugs, a lot of drug abuse.
Mhm.
And the only thing that anybody ever talked about is how much you making. And he's getting fired and he got a new contract.
Yeah.
It was either money or drugs. There was no friendship, no camaraderie. It was very uncomfortable. It was very unpleasant. It was not fun.
Yeah.
Very political. Yeah. It was a tough place to be.
Yeah, I mean, even as a fan, you can kind of see it, but you were like, I don't know if it is. And then now that you're saying that, it's like, okay, that makes sense. A lot of
It
stuff
was
you
tough.
said.
It was tough. And if you're raised a certain way and you're a sensible person and you're educated, and you kind of want you want to do the right thing, but it's kind of like I compare it to if you watch Lockdown or Lockup or any of these hardcore fucking prison movies, that's kind of what it was like.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, a prisoner goes to jail to get rehabilitated. No. Male prostitution, smuggling drugs, lie, cheat, steal, deceive. WCW was fucking horrible, man.
Yeah.
It was that bad. I hated it. It was depressing. A lot of suicides in
Yeah.
WCW.
Yeah.
Disguised as drug overdoses. No. I was there, motherfucker. And it was that depressing. It was that bad.
Yeah. So with Lucha and stuff, like for season 3 that's coming up, what do y'all guys have planned and stuff? I know you're kind of like helping out Prince Puma and all that stuff that's going down. So what do you have planned going to this new season of Lucha that people should be looking out for?
For what new season?
Lucha Underground.
Yeah, but
season 3, I guess for.
Well, you got to watch the goddamn thing. I can't tell you what's going to happen.
Oh yeah. Hey, I thought people might get it in depth, but
if you thought I fucked with your head and swerved you in season 1,
okay.
Watch season 3.
All right. Cool.
What I talk about this with Matt Stryker
Uh-huh.
a lot. The second half of season 3, like right now,
Yeah.
it's wow.
All right.
Every show, like you saw the Dante Fox match that was on Wednesday, I think, right?
Yes.
Holy shit! And what's coming? Every show, we were like, how the fuck are these guys gonna? Or what is gonna happen?
Yeah, how it's gonna raise the stakes up
but it happens. It's like,
Yeah.
what? You're going to see a lot of guys come into their own because they're comfortable with their freedom as performers,
Yeah.
and they're feeling it because we give them that support. You're going to see the talent just fucking school it. Like it's pretty intense shit.
Yeah, I mean, because seeing just like, especially with the ladies on there and stuff, it's like you see the tension, you see all the drama, and I think that nailed
it's rocking. Like from now here on to the finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up there.
Cool. Appreciate your time. enjoy it. Lastly, before we
Sorry,
go,
man, you got me excited. Start cussing. I fucking try not
hey,
to swear.
our show we cuss, we're good, so it fits. It fits the motif.
I try not to, but I just don't give a fuck. It's who I am.
No,
And it
no,
comes out that way, man. I don't
it's a
give a fuck.
passion.
You know, I can't. It's too late for me to find God. You know what I mean?
So lastly, do you think you can just say, hey, this is Vampiro and you're listening to Wrestle Corner?
Wrestle Corner.
Yes, Wrestle Corner.
Wrestle Corner.
Yes.
Okay. When now? Hey man, this is Vampiro. You're watching and listening to Wrestle Corner. Rewind this shit and watch it 2 or 3 times to drop a lot of knowledge. All the other fucking interviews, they're so-so. I'm the man, so watch my shit.
Appreciate it. Thank you for your time.